All righty, here we are, and I'm excited for this conversation. For those that know me and have been around, I have a brother named David. So whenever there's a David that comes into the show, I have affection for because I love my brother so much, and I know names generate energy, and so I'm excited for this conversation with David from a show that many people watch. I didn't watch it until my wife liked these shows, and so we watch a lot of my type of shows, which are let's get into combat and all those different things. And when she wants to watch Love at First Sight, I'm in. And instantly, I knew I liked this guy. So I'm excited for this conversation. So let's get into it. We'll see you in a moment. Peace.
When I am asked to speak, I embrace the calling. It is my responsibility to make sure to leave everyone inspired to elevate in all aspects of life. In the 26 states and 10 countries, it has been my energy that is infectious and magical. The impact elevates everyone to new heights. It's time to conquer our challenges. Relationships across the board, communication gaps, fear of the unknown, limited beliefs, and all that holds us hostage in life. The path to power is peace, and peace is the power to live by. The unique perspective that I bring to the table inspires all, professionals, executives, students, coaches, and athletes to reach their highest potential. That is why I, Sid McNairy, am known as the secret weapon. Whether it is tackling mental health issues, success in business, or winning at life, every moment counts. Get ready to receive the tools to win. It's time to win at everything. Let's connect today. Peace.
Hello, my name is Miles. Discover a powerful journey of resilience, purpose, and spiritual growth in the autobiography of a human by Sid McNairy. In this compelling autobiography, McNairy shares the personal challenges and triumphs that shaped his path to success while offering insight for professionals seeking deeper meaning and balance in their own lives. Drawing from his experiences growing up Catholic, participating in indigenous vision quests, and studying the Buddhist path, he reveals how diverse spiritual traditions ultimately guide us toward the same destination: connection with the Creator and our highest selves. Through practices such as meditation, yoga, and spirit medicine, McNairy demonstrates how life's victories and hardships can become opportunities for growth, self-discovery, and lasting peace. The autobiography of a human is more than a memoir. It is an inspiring reflection for professionals striving to align purpose, personal development, and inner clarity. Available now on Amazon, this transformative story invites readers to reflect, grow, and step confidently onto their own path of self-discovery and peace.
All right, here we are. And I want to let you know the title in the show notes, Love at First Sight. I changed it because I didn't know how we could get into speaking about this show, Married at First Sight. And Married at First Sight is a show where people are paired up by these experts. They get to go through a process of getting to know the people. They put them in the marriage ceremony, and that's when they see each other to get married. And then they have to navigate life in a different way than everybody knows, and then they're put into this place. Now, what I saw in this, as I introduced David, what I saw was a guy who was just willing. First of all, I saw a happy person that seemed like a genuine good guy. And then I saw someone reveal just where they were in life. Didn't have anything to do with anything. And then came the rest of this story. So let's go ahead and get David up and start this conversation. What's up?
How you doing, Sid? Thank you for having me, my man.
Yeah, I really appreciate you being here, taking this time to chop it up and just, I really wanted to do this before we even, at some point, we'll get our wives on and just get to know one another and hear the other side of of both of our stories, because your story was a reality show of my many, many relationships. And especially on this point, and it's not anything to do with the person that you were with or all the people that I've been with in my life, I've been married twice, 3 times now with somebody that, all right, God finally got me to a place where I can walk forward. And what I've found was it was inevitable that people never looked at themselves to realize where things start, And so before we even get into it, tell us about it. What do you do in life, and where do you come from? Because I think that helps shape the person we got to see on the show.
I'm born and raised in Chicago with a loving family. Got a little brother named Dante, who's my number one fan. And I'm his. Just come from a loving family, man. I work hard, blue collar. It's not that we were poor or rich. We just had what we had, and we value it, and we appreciate it. And that's the one thing that I love about my parents. It's just giving me the opportunity to be the man that I am today. I've made mistakes, as everyone has seen on the show, but I've held myself accountable to this day. And individuals can think what they want, but at the end of the day, I know who I am. I'm very happy right now being with Madison, my gem that unconventionally I found on the show, as we weren't the original pair, but however, things work out the way they work out. And right now, I could just say it works out for a reason, and I know what I have, and I ain't gonna let it go, my man.
I love that. I mean, a lot of times I think I like to call it human arrogance. And most people live in this place of human arrogance in the sense that, and it's nothing wrong or anything off about how it gets said, but a lot of times people come into this place of thinking it's not perfect, but everything was designed from the creator of perfection. Like, it created the earth, it created everything on the earth, it created the universe. The creator created everything perfectly to get us where we're going. So there's nothing I could change about the relationships that I've had, how they went through, because it's actually what made me the person that I'm able to be now. And so even as you look back, I just throw that as kind of a breadcrumb from one person to another. Like, it's perfect. It was all perfect. All the things that you may perceive as missteps or miscalculations, they weren't they were exactly designed for you to get to where you're going. And had you not taken those steps, you may have never seen Madison, right? You may not have ever seen her. And you could be, like in my case, you could be in some situations that were a little rockier had you taken another turn, right? And so I look at it that way first and foremost, that it was designed perfectly, man, because now you got the gym.
I would say that, I don't think I would have ever met Madison on this earth if I don't go on the show, apply for it, and move forward with it. So I'm grateful, like I said, and every day gets better and better, and we're just trying to do us, live life, be happy, and we know what we got. So
right on. So it sounds like it's really good since the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, since 2023 when it aired, it gave us time to actually get to know one another. Everyone thinks that we kind of just jumped in it. We did it for the show, but behind scenes, we couldn't be seen. We had a lot of conversations. We got to communicate, find our dislikes, interests that we have in common, and have conversations about family and how we view things and see everything. Right now, our picture, we're continuing to paint that picture, no matter what color it is, but we do it together. And that's the biggest thing for us, is that it's just me and her.
Right. Yeah. Which, you don't know this about me. We're getting to know each other just right here, right in this moment. And in my life, I spend every day I'm reading the Bible. Every day I read a chapter from the Bible. To get through the Bible at that rate, it's 3.26 years you get just a chapter a day. It's not a lot, but it gives me space to like dive in and look at it and see what comes next. And so when I look at this, one thing in Genesis, it talks about, and it goes back, Adam and Eve. Eve is the bone of Adam, from the rib, and all these different things. And one thing it says, when someone gets married, it's no longer everybody else. It's you and your wife. So the fact that you all, I think there's something powerful to it, almost feeling like you are alone outside of your family. Like,
yeah, there's one conversation that we had, and Madison had said, "Hey, baby, everything else is just me and you." Because I used to think holding stuff in as a man and like being strong would make things easier, but now I see as communicating and letting those things go, and my emotions and being sensitive towards the situation has made things easier for me. So now it's like I want to run to the individual that I'm with, which is Madison, and tell her about my day. Yes, it was bad, rather than saying, yeah, it's good, it's great, and then just keep moving forward. So there's things that I've learned about myself coming from the show, and then just being with Madison, and it's been so easy, man. I know it's a cliche that everyone's heard over a bunch of podcasts that I've said, but I mean, when it's easy, it's easy. You want to be with that person, you want to spend time with them, you want to leave the boys, the ghost, be with them, be with your best friend, your soulmate. So, and that's what I got right now. So,
yeah, I hear that, because that's, people ask, we're actually stepping in at this church as marriage mentors, and I hear people say, "Oh, marriage is going to be hard," and I'm like, I don't. That's not true. Like for me at this point, like I've done hard, but I did hard. Like I made it hard. and now I'm here, and it's like, nah, this is, in 8 years we've had one moment, and that's the biggest blessing I have. And so then it's like everything else is gravy on top of this deal that is just amazing. So I look at it like that. Like this is, and I love that I changed the name Love at First Sight, because it's like when I'm in love in here, like even meeting you, it was like, I love this guy. Like
I appreciate that, my man.
And so all the people that aren't able to look at themselves, I wanted to make sure more than anything, man, that you're a good person, and you just live into that. And that's for sure. And that's a beautiful thing. So my next thing is, what was it really like being on the show that we don't see?
What you guys don't see is there's just a lot of time put in. You don't get a lot of space to decompress and actually think about the things that are being said or what's going on. It's constant filming, constant moving around. And the things that they put up may be botched or, edited. It's reality TV. It's like, oh, I caught myself saying something. I was like, I did not say that. But yeah, it's a different world. And people watching the show or any other show, they think they know someone. And I get it. You may fall in love with a character on another show. I'm like, oh, I really, really know them. And then you meet them in person and they may be rude and like have no time with you. Like I have individuals that come up to me like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm just a normal human, just average Joe. Like I don't mind taking a picture, just be respectful. And I just go with the flow. I enjoy seeing people being genuine and just see the love that we do get. We do get they're filtering things, or we hired somebody to delete things. Yeah, we do delete comments. I'll be 100 with you, as I said on the show, and people don't really like that saying, but it's, why do you want negativity? Why do you want to see negativity? Like if you had somebody in your friend group that was negative Nancy, I'm sure they wouldn't be your friend. So why keep them around? So it's just a lot, and there's a lot that goes into it. But I was open and willing and took the chance, and here I am today.
Yeah. So what would you, at this point, like, not to change anything, but would you do another show like this?
I would not do another love show because I have mine.
Right,
There's a lot of pressure. And like I said, with the time not allotted to actually think, and give yourself like time to process things. That's the thing. Everyone has their jobs behind camera, telling you one thing, telling you another. But yeah, no, I got what I got. The one and done. The only thing that I'll do right now is competitive, fun, adventurous things once in a lifetime that I can say, yeah, I did that. So
right. Love it. And so, all right, let's get into this, because I've been my life is in a book, and it's becoming a movie. So my life is just out there. Which makes it easier on me, because now I know it's a story. I don't have to get caught in my story, and which is my past. And so when I look at this, and kind of, I think what helps with the show is people see themselves in somebody, right? Like, you got my brother's name. He's older than you, so that's why I say that. I could relate to you and just your movement, the whole athletic and all the different things. And so when I look at it, where would you say the root of the problem was for you before Madison with your original pairing?
it was just more of the communication. We really never talked when asking questions or trying to get to know each other. There was a kind of a wall built there. I was willing to be open as can be, as you guys can see from episode 1. I said I smoke cigarettes. I live with my parents and this and that, and that came from my past. Holding those things in, I'm like, if I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna get everything on the table. And you're gonna take me as I am, or leave it. And at that point, I think that's where everything started to kind of downfall. But there was just no reciprocation of like trying to find out who I was as a person. I have a lot to offer, from love, just being kind and fun, and like just living life. And that just wasn't accepted. And, things happen that way. And it's not that I needed someone to let me know those things, but at the same time, to ask questions and then not get any responses. And as you can see, I could flow with anything, so when you ask a question and not get an answer, like, okay, yeah, then it's like really hard for me to sit there and fake the funk and ask another question or this or that. So, it happened. I've moved on so far.
Right.
But yeah, that was kind of the root, and it's unfortunate, but fortunate at the time, because now, like I said, I have that one that looks at me and knows who I am, sees me for who I am, from the way that I speak, the way that I handle myself, to see my family values and those things. So that's all that matters at the end of the day, because I know who I am.
Right. No, I get that. And from my own life, I see how some people in my life are still miserable because they haven't yet said, okay, what did I bring to the table? I tell people this all the time. No one leaves perfect. So if someone is perfection, I mean, think about, you like food. You go.
I talk to it.
And so when you go somewhere and, all right, you just started liking sushi, you find the best sushi, you will go back to that place over and over and over again, because it's like eating perfection, right? Like it really gets like that. And so then the same thing can be said for people. I know the relationships that I've been in that have broken up, I was part of that relationship no matter what. It didn't work because I wasn't perfect in the name of perfection to keep that thing going. And so when people don't own that part, they're going to be miserable for a long time.
And that's something that people have to find. After my past relationship, I took 2 years to find myself. I wasn't happy, and I'm a big believer, if you can't make yourself happy, you can make no one happy. And there were some things that I needed to work on, from, just communication, giving emotion, stop trying to fix things really quick. Just like, okay, it's up. Yep, it's over. It's done with. Let's move on. rather than expressing what I really needed to say and holding those things on myself. And that's one thing that I'd like to preach is like to other men is be emotional. Give those thoughts out because you carry them for a long time and they weigh in on you and they affect you the way that you handle yourself and the way that you walk. And your facial expressions and your emotions. Sometimes people go off of vibes and horrors of like, yeah, he said he's okay, but is he really okay? So those are things that I try to give advice to now. I did to my coworkers the other day, and you know, like, oh, you're just social right now. I'm just giving you things that I went through. So this is where this is things that people just have to be willing to accept and try. That's all I can ask is for people to try. So
yeah, no, I dig that. I also look at the fact that you mentioned men, and we do a lot of work with men, or at least I do. And I mean, I'm in a 2,000 men disciple group Wednesday mornings at 6 a.m. 2,000 men, right? Like, and it isn't that everybody there is perfect. I mean, even though they are perfect and they're going to get to where they go, but they aren't doing things perfectly as we see them as humans all the time. But they're willing to grow. And I think if anybody's willing to grow, they will continue to evolve. And that's why we're here on earth, you know, to evolve in some way, to lift up. So I commend you on being somebody that continues to reach for that for yourself, you know, and that's awesome, especially when you pour that into your relationship.
And I've always thought as well is that every individual is different. One thing may hit somebody differently just because it's said the same way. You know, it may take something else for that person to realize what you actually said or an action or something that they've seen. But that took them thinking about the one thing that was said. So that's a step in itself right there. But yeah, every individual is different, man. And I've learned that from work, actually. You know, yeah, I have the same problem, but the way that I speak to you could be taken differently. My tone or my body language, and to see people open up in different ways, I've always taken that with me and will to this day. You could agree with what I said, disagree, but that is not going to change my demeanor to you. Like, oh, so.
Right. No, I get it. And I want to just kind of shift a little bit to the women in our lives. Like, and I'm bring my wife into this thought as well. And
hi, Liz.
Yeah, she's on here somewhere, one of these platforms that you know, we're a strange bird at this point in time. Oh, and Madison said on Instagram, "You're talking about me, baby."
Her ears must be ringing.
Right on. And so here's the thing and I get the space of wanting to protect. You know, I think anyone in love, Liz wants to protect me on everything, and I'm like, babe, I can handle anything. I'm good. But I appreciate it, and that's a great thing. But what I want to talk about is, okay, so now we get it. At least I get it. You know, anybody that needs to get it more, you can go back and watch Married at First Sight and watch the whole thing with the beginning with Michelle. And so now here it is at this point. It's like, okay, here you are, here I am in my life. And there's some things that Liz said, hi, so happy for you and your queen. And so we're in this space.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, for sure. So we're in this space and I'm trying to get this thought out even, where we want to protect the person who's in it with us. And this is what I was told from my uncle. Back when I just had some many relationships, and he was like, deny, deny, deny. No matter what gets said, just deny it. Even if it's good, just deny it. Nope, I wasn't there. Deny, deny, deny. And so here it is. You send a text message. And Liz and I have talked about that. Like the text message said, I'd really love to eat you up. Is that what it said?
You look so damn fine. I want to eat you up. It'll probably be on my grave. Is the worst reality quote in reality TV, but I own it. I'm a goofball. I've done dumb things, and from my mannerisms and how I talk, my friends and family know. Like, wow, you couldn't come up anything better. Then I also say, wow, when you are a camera's in your face and you have no inkling of what's going to happen, and yes, I did. But the one thing people realize is that she never got it. So
Right.
at that point, it was me. I'm going to hold it. I did. That's why I came up with lie. I was like, you don't care about me. So what is the point, like, of me telling the truth? Talking to my father was something that I should have at that point. And we had a conversation afterwards. But in that time and moment, you don't know what you're going to say or what's running through your head. But it was one of those things, too, that if someone doesn't care about me and treat me right as an individual, why do they deserve that? But they do. As a human, everyone deserves that honesty. But that's how I was thinking at that time while everything was rolling. And you don't get time to think. So I just knew.
You live and learn.
Yes, I messed up, but I was going to run with it. And I ran with it, and look where it got me. Really a cheater, a scandal, a villain, this and that. But I have learned from it. And
well, I don't, honestly, nobody can see you in any way other than how they see from their own eyes. Like, no matter
I haven't thought about that.
You, like, I could see you as a great guy. That's because I recognize a great guy. I could see you as a jerk. It's because I recognize a jerk. And I'm spun it on you, regardless of what you do. You could have sent a message that says, I love you. And someone could have said, oh, he's such a jerk trying to get her to love him when he said all this stuff. No, you just said some words. And so I really, I think people, like, as a lesson for all of us, we only see the world the way we see it because we're looking at it.
That's a valid point. If you want to wake up happy, you're going to wake up happy. If you want to wake up miserable, you're going to wake up miserable. For me, there's a lot of worse things in the world. I have a loving family, I have a roof over my head, a loving wife, I have a job, and I just love life, man. I'm blessed, so
yeah,
that's how I think.
That's a great thing.
So the way that you said that was very in different contexts and different words that I could share with others, actually.
Yeah, no, it's so true. Like, and if you don't like what you're seeing shifted in here, you will see it differently. Because most people don't ever take the time to say, okay, how could I see if this person is off? If I'm okay in here, I see from the eyes of compassion for that person. I don't care if they told a lie. Well, why did they tell a lie? They likely didn't feel safe enough to tell you the truth. But no one wants to look at that, like, to really look in and say, all right, this person just lied to me. Now I've raised my children. My oldest is 31. So I've raised my children to go on in life. And I promise you, the reason why they lied is they knew they were going to get in trouble. And so that's okay, man. I just think it's important to look at for yourself. And more important than anything, I love leaving people in their greatness. And so when it comes to you in the moment, it's like, all right, how can I make sure that David is left in his greatness? I see you as a great person. Really, I do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, like it's real that way. And I hope the best for you and Madison. Madison, which is funny because my brother's named David, my stepdaughter was Madison. So whatever that means in the grand scheme of things, we always run into the people that we need to see because we're looking through our own lens. So thank you for getting on the show and just
thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. I hope that there's other moments that come, whatever it'll be. God puts people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. We don't get to choose what that is. It could be that this is just one impact moment. It could be many moments to come. It'll be what it'll be. So it's great that way. So Tell me what if you really, what is the big thing you take from this moment for yourself?
For myself, is just getting to know that I can communicate. I can be emotional. I don't have to hold everything in. Just like when you were just talking before, and knowing that vibes off. Madison has got me like, what's wrong? And I go kind of back to my old ways. Sometimes like, no, everything's okay. But she could tell by the flare of the nose or just my body language. When it's okay, baby, it's okay. She makes it easy. She makes that comfort in me to where I'm able to speak, and this is what it is. So just being vulnerable, I guess, is one of the biggest things that I've taken from this, and just knowing what I have and respecting it completely to the fullest. That's another thing, and that there's a path that you're taking, and it's just not you. And that's another big thing. It's just not me. There's another individual that does have feelings and that I love and that I care about, and how to open up to her to make her feel comfortable and safe. So those are the things that I've really taken, and we work on that daily. Not everything is great and peachy and perfect, like social media just always puts it out to be. We go through our arguments or our disagreements, but at the end of the day, we talk about it. And I think that is another one that, like, hey, not going to bed angry. My grandmother said that, and I was like, okay, everybody says that, but I can toss a turn. I'm like, when I know that she's not cuddling the right way, or I'm not, and I'm at the edge of the bed, it's more like, all right, let's take our time. And we've done that. We've even done that on trips where I want to fix it. We have a 7-day vacation, and something came up, and giving the little space that is needed. Because if you really love somebody, you'll start to think about the things that you were doing wrong rather than the situation, that you could help get that out of the way.
Right. Yeah. So how long have you all been married now?
We're officially engaged. We got engaged on
Okay.
St. Patty's Day. And next year is the big year, 2027 in September. I consider her my wife just because I know she's the one, and I don't need that piece of paper or whatnot. So
Right.
yeah, we're married. That's my wife. They're like, what? You're married? When'd you get married? I'm like, haven't got married yet, but we are on our way. And I can't wait for that. To spend that with our families. Our families jam and vibe so hard, and that's one thing that I've always wanted. And it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Where are you all getting married?
Denver, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Why Denver? Is she from Denver?
She's from Denver. Her family's out there. I want to get my people to see how beautiful it is out there. And it's just one thing that we agreed on, and it could have been Chicago, could have been Denver.
Yeah.
We talked about it. But it's something that I think it's going to be a beautiful day.
Yeah. Did you all figure out where you want to go after?
Oh, well, we do have a what do you mean after?
Like,
we stay in Chicago, baby. We stay in
honeymoon.
Chicago. Oh, honeymoon. Honeymoon, not yet. What we do at this point in February, we throw some Caribbean names in a hat and we pick one. So maybe we might do that for a honeymoon.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just keep a bunch of places as possible. That's good. Yeah. And where's the favorite place that you all have been together?
Oh, for me, it's been Barbados. I love that reggae Caribbean vibe. Just it's easy going. The people are nice. Beautiful weather, great food. It's just that vibe thing. It's just,
yeah.
Great.
When you're on vacation, what's your thing to do? Is there anything specific that you all go to try to get into?
So Madison likes to do the adventures. I've never experienced that, so she's great at that. She's been traveling the world, so she kind of gets that together. There are certain things that like jet skiing, 4x4s, doing that. I'm up for whatever, but a beautiful day on the beach, playing some Yahtzee, some Uno, great food, vibing to music. That's all we really need. Hanging out with locals, finding great people. Right. That's something that attracts to us, and we enjoy that. It's just because we're We're just real people. We have a good time with them, and then they show us things that we've never heard of or seen, and then we're going back. And my parents have done that too in Jamaica. Like, oh, we met these locals. They take them this and there. And I'm like, man, I was like, okay. So
yeah, Jamaica's my spot. I love Jamaica. Yeah, you guys ever come down to Jacksonville? We'll show you around. And yeah,
sounds like a
Jacksonville's
plan.
an amazing place, and we got a lot of places that we could take you to. We're always on the beach. We surf, so that's a big part of it. Yeah,
I may not surf, you know, get that knee high.
yeah. I mean, I've been bumped by sharks, so I get some people that's not the possibility. But you know, you go in somebody's living room, you expect to see that somebody.
Yeah, that is their domain.
Right.
That's funny.
Right.
Sharks are my favorite animal, but you know, to be in there with them, you got to respect them and respect that that's their home. People that just think it's never gonna happen, surprise, surprise. Chomp.
Awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna see you back in the green room, and yeah. Is there anything you want to say to people that you'd like to leave off?
Yes, I would, and this has been on me for a little bit. It's the individuals that are out there on trolling on social media and saying, you know, we wish depression on somebody, cheat, karma, this or that. Just realize you don't know who these individuals are. You've seen them on TV. There's nothing wrong with kindness or stating what you have. Yes, we put our lives on TV. We should expect it. But the hate definitely needs to change. Say what you want to say, but don't wish things upon my wife, myself, my family, or anybody. Just continue to cruise on with your life and what you're doing, because I know a lot of you individuals do have children and you wouldn't appreciate that, or a companion talking about them. Just be kind. Keep your words to yourself if possible, because I know it's possible, because if you close the computer, there's nothing to type. But yeah, that is one thing that I like to get across, is that has gotten to me. But at the same time, I'm working on it and putting my notes and expressing myself to Madison of those things but just be kind. It goes a long way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would say that we live in this world of duality. I'm not sure that we ever, until it separates and we're no longer living in one world and those worlds come apart, we will always have that. And I think a bigger place, at least for me in my life at this point in time, is that I've gotten strong enough that they just can't even disrupt my peace. And as soon as that came in, they stopped coming around. So tap into that for yourself, where you can let go of letting that disrupt your peace. Because without these crazy moments, you wouldn't have found the love of your life.
That's very true. And I will tap on it. I'm trying to. It's just one of those, like, when they talk about your woman, like me, I could care less, like, because I know who I am, but you know, I'm a protector at heart. You know, I'm a Leo. So just want to, but you're absolutely right. And thank you for that. And thank you guys for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And I look forward to you having Madison on as well as your wife. And let's see what they have to say about us.
Right on, right on. Last thing is, what are you doing now outside of your job? Like, is there anything that you're doing, any projects? What are you
no, I mean, we're getting ready for the wedding, and that's a big project in itself, you know, from colors to DJ and venues and everything of that nature. It's just we are just looking to continue our journey on the right path right now. I would love to actually, you know, speak more about to men and get in that aspect, as you stated earlier in the green room, and what you do. I think I would have a strong foot in that world of speaking to others and giving them the truth and be transparent with them. So outside of this, I think I will be chopping it up with you and see how I can do that, because I love working with youth and putting them in, or giving them the knowledge that someone may have not have had from parents, mother, father, or family. So
right on. Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about that, because I love helping people get in the space. Like, no matter what, you're where you are now. There's a baby being born that hasn't experienced anything, and we can all pour into other people's lives and help them grow in a way that makes life a little easier, and gets them further along the path. So I think it's great that you're willing to begin to contemplate pouring into others, because I think you have something special about you. So look forward to talking more about it. I'll see you back in the green room and in a moment. And thank you for taking the time to come speak about this today.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. I do appreciate it, my man.
Right on. Awesome. We'll see you in a moment. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I think David is a special person, and those that know me, I love collecting and keeping great people around, because that's what we need to do in the world. If we just highlight the tens of people and let their sevens disappear, we will only see greatness in the world. So thank you for tuning in. Be sure to head over to sidmcnairy.com, and you can find out more about everything we're up to, and look forward to the next conversation. We'll see you soon. Peace. I've been at peace for so long, it seems like I've been sitting all alone. Would you know when the crew is coming through? They're the ones that will make anew. Gotta go, gotta flow, gotta choose the truth. We the ones that will raise the roof. Let's roll up and throw down. Let's go and feel the sound. Good vibes, one try. Can you feel me now? Be you, be me, be free. Go and take it till we bounce the beat. Take it to the streets, make a move the feet. I can slow it down, look in my eyes now. Just like you two want it fast. Spread them wings and make it last. God was the one to erase the past. Time to bring it forward to see the forecast. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Lift your dreams and fill the glass. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Lift your dreams and fill the glass. That was God's broadcast. That was God's broadcast. Time to embrace the peace. Time to embrace the peace. Time to embrace the peace.